part 5 of starting a single person business. In the last episode, you wrote your first marketing post. We called that the 5-1-30. And hopefully, you've already had a few conversations in person or over DMs, and maybe even sign up your first client. Congratulations, if so. Now we need to keep the momentum going. Because here's the thing about that first post, it works, but it works once or maybe once a quarter. You can't just post the same 5-1-30 every single day for a month. You need a content strategy, a plan for showing up consistently, building trust with your audience, and moving people from who is this person to I need to work with them. And if your first reaction is, I don't have time to create content every day, I hear you. That's why we're going to use AI to build 30 days of content in one sitting. Not generic content or AI slop, not the stuff that looks the same as everybody else, but content that's built from your specific business for your specific audience and solving the specific problem that your audience wants solved using the work that you've already done in this series. So let me show you how. First, 30 days isn't an arbitrary number. It's the minimum commitment that you need to build a content habit. Test what resonates with your audience and generate enough volume to start seeing some kind of results, some interest. Most people make a post 3 or 4 times and then they get discouraged because nothing goes viral right out of the gate. And then they quit. Oh, that doesn't work for me. Posting on Instagram doesn't work. Posting on TikTok doesn't work. But that's not a content strategy. That's a coin flip. Posting for 30 days gives you data. You'll see which posts get comments, which ones get shared, which ones actually drive DMs into your inbox. And after 30 days, you'll know what works for your audience, not what some marketing guru or influencer is telling you to do somewhere else, but what actually does work. And here's the real other reason. Consistency builds trust. People don't buy from businesses that they have seen once. They buy from businesses they see regularly, who show up with helpful content, who seem to genuinely care about the problem that they're trying to solve for you. And 30 days of showing up is how you start to become that business. So every day for the next 30 days, you're going to post 3 types of content. You don't have to post all 3 every single day, but across every week, you want a healthy mix of all 3. The first are story posts. These are personal behind the scenes moments that build trust. Tell your origin story. Tell about a day in your life. Tell a lesson that you learned the hard way. Make an honest reflection. Talk about a client's journey after you ask them permission or if you anonymize it. Story posts answer the question, who is this person and can I trust them? What will it be like to work with them? So the first type of post you need to make are stories. The second are education. These teach something useful, like a tip, a myth debunked, a mindset shift, a simple how to. Here's the key. Write these as love letters to a beginner, or a love letter to your former self, or a love letter to your mom. Write them to a specific person that you care about who's struggling with the problem that you can solve. That changes your tone from being the lecturing expert or a monologue into being a helpful friend, having a real conversation, because helpful friends get clients. And the third type of post is a promotion post. So these directly promote your offer. They share social proof or invite some kind of action, like a client testimonial, a description of your service, a clear call to action. Most people either never promote themselves because they feel weird about it, or they promote in every single post, which drives people away. The rule is that at least 1 in every 3 posts that you make should include a clear call to action. Quite often, when you're following somebody and you feel like, oh, I do want to sign up with them, you can't even figure out how to do it. A call to action is just the clearest, straightest path to getting them to sign up or take the next step. And that means that your audience sees your offer regularly without feeling like they're being sold to constantly. Now, instead of writing 30 posts from scratch, which is where people get stuck, we're going to use AI. So I've got a prompt for you in the show notes. You just paste that into Claude or into ChatGPT or whatever. You fill in some information that you've been working with throughout the series, who you help, what problem you solve, and what your offer is, and it will generate a complete 30-day content calendar. The prompt will ask you to upload your logo or paste your website URL so the AI can match your brand colors and visual style. Let me walk you through what this AI prompt will give you every day. So each day has about 3 different posts printed out. And they're scripted for you. You just have to read the script. There's a story post, an education post, and promotion. Pick one, pick two, pick all three if you want to. The captions are written in the first person, so you can just read them. Each post includes a description of exactly what photo or video to shoot, and it's all designed to be captured on your phone in under 5 minutes. The 30 days have a deliberate arc. There's a trajectory to them. Days 1 through 10 focus on who you are and what you believe and the problem that you solve. You're building trust. Days 11 through 20 shift to education and proof. The client wins, deeper teaching, showing your expertise. Days 21 through 30 lean into the offer, more calls to action, more urgency. Here's exactly how to work with me. The arc matters. You can't start selling on day one. People need to trust you before they buy from you, but you also can't just be forever helpful without asking for the sale. The 30-day structure handles this balance for you. For now, we're going to be posting to two platforms, Instagram and Facebook. Same content, slightly adapted for each. On Instagram, use the caption as written. Post the photo or video the prompt describes that you should take of yourself or of your business. Use 2 to 3 specific hashtags, not 10 generic ones. And make sure that your link in bio from part 4 is all set up, because every call to action post is going to point people to the link in your bio. On Facebook, post the same content to your business page, and when it's relevant, share it on your personal profile. Facebook tends to slightly reward longer posts for some reason, so you can add an extra line or two if it feels natural, but don't overthink it. The same content works on both platforms. And later in this series, we'll be adding more platforms like Google My Business, a blog, email newsletters, and eventually even a podcast. But for now, 2 platforms is enough. Master these first. Now, I'm going to share with you a few tips from doing content production for the last 20 years. But first, I want to actually walk you through pasting this prompt into an AI like Claude and what you'll get. So I have copied the prompt, and I'm just going to paste it right here so that you can see exactly, there it is, the same prompt that I'm giving you in a document. You can see now exactly how I'm doing this and what it's going to come up with live. So now Claude is just processing this prompt, and it says, I'd love to build this for you, but I need your actual business. Okay. Now I have a few businesses already loaded in Claude. You're just going to type in the name of your business here, but let's pretend that it's for Catalyst, my gym. Okay. What platforms do I want to prioritize? I'm going to say Instagram and Facebook. Okay. And I sent that. Now I can also skip that. Okay. Later, it's going to ask me a couple of other questions. Like it might ask you for your logo. It already has mine, which is why it didn't ask me that question. It might ask you 3 or 4 different questions. But what we're going to do here is just let Claude process, and it's going to give you the prompt. So what we're going to do very shortly here is just take a look at what it comes out with. Okay, so by my watch, this took about 6.5 minutes. But now we've got everything that we need. Okay. So my 30-day content calendar is ready for Catalyst. 90 posts. I'm not going to use all of them. I'm going to use maybe a third of them. They're ready to copy paste. Okay. So here's a couple of different things that it's telling me to do. Number one, wherever I've got calls to action, I want to find this in the square brackets and replace that with my actual link to book. There it is right now. I've got it open on the next screen. And scan the client stories that you want to add real details to. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just click this open so that you can see it and kind of scroll through it. But what we really want to do is just help you build the habit. So you're better to follow something imperfect verbatim and build that habit and get the momentum than you are to tweak and think about it too much and just get paralyzed. So I've downloaded this and I'm just going to share this with you here. So here's the output that I got. It's a Word doc and it's social media calendar. Okay. Notice that it's in the Catalyst colors already. So here I am, right? Like my story post. That's the first day, the education post. What I'm going to do each day is just pick one of these 3 and post them. I've got a script here. I can put that on Notepad right on my phone. I can hold that up in front of the camera and I can record it on Zoom. I can just record it straight into my phone if I want to. But these are stories about you. They're natural. You don't have to memorize them. You shouldn't. You don't even have to tell them verbatim. Use it as a prompt. The point here really is just to get you posting. And that's the key. And I hope that this AI tool has helped you do that. You've got social media set up. You've got calls to action ready to go. Now it's really just time to start getting serious about your marketing and getting consistent. So before I sign off, I want to give you 6 tips from coaching content creators for the last 20 years. I built a massive worldwide mentorship program based on these things, and I've tried to help lots of other people do the same, but they quite often get stuck because they don't stick with it long enough or they try too hard to be perfect. So here are 6 principles that I've learned from coaching people to create content for the last 20 years. First, keep it simple. Like I said earlier, follow the script. The prompt gives you a script for every day. Use it. Don't reinvent the wheel. Don't spend an hour agonizing over the perfect caption. Copy the script, shoot the photo, and post it. Simple beats clever every time. You are not going to write the perfect post. You're going to try and win here with volume instead of just writing one perfect ad thing. Okay. This is not the 1960s and we are not madmen. Second, shoot for momentum, not perfection. Your first post will not be your best post. That's fine. The goal isn't to create masterpieces, it's to build the habit of showing up. A mediocre post that gets published beats a perfect post that stays in your drafts. Just keep moving, keep your cadence high. Third, capture, don't create. You don't need to stage elaborate photos or script 10-minute videos. Capture what's already happening. A quick video from your workspace or a 30-second video of you explaining something that you just told a client. A screenshot of a nice message somebody sent you. The best content comes from real moments, not manufactured ones. Often if a client asks me a question in a gym or on Business is Good or at Two Brain, I will answer the question for them and then quickly turn around and record it because I know other people will want to hear that answer too. Fourth, more is still better. I know the internet is full of people arguing about quantity versus quality. Here's what I've seen after 15 years. Not every post is brilliant, but because volume still builds visibility, consistency builds trust, and practice makes you better. The people who post the most win. Don't hold back waiting for the perfect post. Fifth rule, help first. Write love letters to beginners. Write love letters to your former self. Write love letters to your mom. Write to somebody specific who is struggling with the problem that you solve and genuinely try to help them. This is how you become what I call 50-mile famous. You don't need 1 million followers. You don't need to be an influencer. You need the people in your area, in your niche, in your orbit to think of you first when they have the problem that you solve. Help first and the sales will follow. And sixth, curate, don't just create. You don't have to come up with a brand new idea or every brand new idea yourself. Share a book excerpt that's relevant to your audience and explain what that book means to your audience. Quote an expert that you admire. Comment on an article or a trend that's happening in your industry right now. Being 50-mile famous doesn't mean being the world's foremost expert. It means being the person who consistently brings the best, most relevant information to your specific audience. You're a curator as much as you are a creator. Find the best stuff because you're listening to the podcasts, reading the books that your audience probably isn't. Curate it. You don't have to claim it as your own, but explain what it means to them, how it will change their life, how it will solve their problem. Find the best stuff, filter it for your people, and share it with your take. Now, you now have 30 days of content planned, scripted, and ready to go. Here's what I want you to do. Go into the show notes, copy the prompt, paste it into Claude, fill in your information, generate your 30-day calendar, and then start posting. Day 1 is today, not tomorrow, right now. And while you're posting every day for the next 30 days, something else is going to happen. Your first clients, the ones that you signed up through that 5-1-30 post or in the last episode, they're going to start getting results. They're going to be happy. Some of them might be thrilled. And that's the setup for our next episode, part 6, which is building your referral funnel. The most powerful, most cost-effective marketing channel that exists are the people who love your work and are willing to tell other people about you. But it only works if those first clients are blown away. So while you're posting content, you're also delivering results to them. Over-deliver on your promise. Before part 6, the next episode, make sure that you've generated your 30-day content calendar and that you started posting daily and that you're delivering with excellence for the clients that you have. This is Business is Good. I'm Chris Cooper. The AI era has leveraged entrepreneurship to where we can now have $1 million companies that we run by ourselves. Use the AI to buy you back time online and invest that time in the humans who are in front of you.